Hey Saggies, I'm Rodin. I also go by Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the general monthly reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And by monthly, I mean happening once every 30 days or so. You're going to catch part 2 over on Patreon or Vimeo. Links are below for your convenience. Yeah, what else? I think that's really it. I mean, everything else you're curious about, social media stuff, website stuff, also listed down below. But I'm just eager to kind of jump in and get started with you, okay? So, Sag, the first thing that was coming through, actually, they're showing me the star card. First thing that's coming through, I'm feeling like there's a lot of light energy moving through you. Some of you guys could be doing more meditative practices or breath work because it just feels like you're just really in tune. You're kind of in quiet space. I almost like don't want to say anything because it feels like a very zen, quiet, like let's just be present, right? Kind of energy. Learning to incorporate more presence into your day to day, but I can feel it. There's a flow. There's a flow of energy, and I think you're aware of this flow of energy. Some of you guys these are also relating to activations as well. Yeah, but I can feel it. You're learning how do I say it, the benefit of slowing down, the benefit of being present, the benefit of just taking a few minutes and just being in silence, just being in quiet. A lot can happen in a quiet space. A lot can happen when we take some silence for ourselves. We can connect to ourselves, we can hear, see better. We also actually just allow the body, and I won't even slow down my talking with you. We even just allow the body to recover. You know, we get so bombarded, right, by like EMF and other people's energies and like the buzzing of modern day life, right? And like I'm really feeling this is more so about like listening to things or media, like TV, music, like constant bombardment of noise. And Sag, I think for you, maybe you've just been really immersed in all of that, and maybe you just haven't taken enough time to just be like, it's almost, thank you, that's what it is. It's the nervous system. It's allowing your nervous system time to just recover and like kind of find a little balance with itself. It's really nice. I really like it. They're showing me the star card and temperance with you. That to me feels very spiritual. Some of you guys are coming into some patience, like I said, some zen moments, some peace, some acceptance potentially with some things. That's also very healing energy to me, but I feel like more so it's just about you being centered and connected, and again taking space for any spiritual practices that you've been needing to do. So with English words are so difficult. Anyway, Sag, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you. What do I want to start with? Oh, I kind of want to start with the star codes. Are we going to start with star codes? No, they said no. We're going to do energy oracle. Okay, fine. Fine. We shall do it. By the way, all the decks that I use are linked below for your convenience. Oh, Saggies. Any messages or insights for my Sagittarians? I'm really feeling moon more than anything. Like my Saggy moons might really resonate with this. Or this could also pertain to Cancerian energies. We do have some of that going on during this Capricorn season. And the day that I'm recording this is like 4 days before the full moon Cancer. So it could be pertaining to what the full moon could be bringing for you, Saggies, just so you guys know. These messages are timeless, even though I'm talking about a current astrological transit. But just know that that's something that's coming up here. Moon. They keep saying moon. Cycles. Excuse me. Oh, cycles. Some of you, this is bringing up your connection to the feminine within and without. Your own intuition within and without, but also cycles. We do have our own natural rhythm and cycles, and you know, modern day living has just taken us away from that. But being in tune with what you need week to week, month to month, year to year, even if you want to incorporate astrology, like how you do that, that's a thing. That's totally a thing. You're just getting more in tune with that, more aware of that. The importance of following your natural flow, your natural rhythm, your natural cycle, and taking these moments of quiet, these moments of solitude helps you to be more in tune with what you need. Okay. Any messages or insights for my Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? I can still feel people like in your energy field and around you, but I do feel like you're trying to like really take a lot of space for yourself. Again, this could be reversed or vice versa because energy is fluid, not linear. I feel like you really withdrew your energy. It could have been that people were just too much for you. I mean, it's kind of strange for a Sag, but anyway, you're just understanding the importance of the inner Saggy sage and taking quiet when you need it. Any messages or insights from my Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? It's interesting because I could feel you're still tuned into your fire, but I feel so much water with you. So much water with you. So you guys could have a lot of squirt placements or water stellium. Not necessarily, but potentially. Any other messages or insights? Let's see. So we have journey in reverse. Slow down is what I just heard. Slow down. Slow down. Saggy, slow down. Stop running. You guys tend to move very fast and impulsively at times, right? Like this to me feels like, hey, certain things need to happen in certain times. Slow down. There's also this lesson that we're learning too with Mercury retrograding in Capricorn and also Mars retrograding in Gemini, both of which will be stationary direct in like a couple weeks. But again, as I'm recording this, both of those are teaching us how to really play the long game when it comes to commitment and building things and being devoted to something in the long term, like setting really strong foundations, right? Seeing the long-term consequences of our actions, which is a lesson that Saggies could potentially use. That's what I really feel here. Like you might be learning, again, to take these moments of quiet and solitude to check in with yourself, check in with your own cycles, because you might be moving too fast on some things. You might also be forcing something to happen, like just wanting to get to the end, just wanting to get to the end, just wanting to get to the end. But it's a long game. It's a long game, and you don't need to sprint, right? You could walk. You could walk and you could even sit down. Like, it doesn't always have to be go, go, go. It doesn't always have to be now. Certain things need to happen in certain times, and certain things need to happen before other things happen. There's a timing to everything. I feel like this is what you're learning. Some of you could have been actually stopped on your path, like had like a tower happen or whatever to make you sit down. But yeah, learning the importance of timing with the long game, and also how that affects your own energy and your own needs. Any other messages or insights from my Saggies? Any other messages or insights from my Saggies? Yes, you guys are really getting strong activations. I can feel it. It's like trickle, 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 trickle. This looks like all the way down like my center line, like is how it's feeling. And they're showing it to me like little stars, which I think is really cool. It's like trickle, 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 little stars, little stars. Anyway, could be with an aqua, not necessarily. Could have aqua in your chart. They keep showing me the star card like over and over and over again. Any messages or insights from my Saggies? Financial constraints. Yeah, this is a feeling of like you've been stopped here. You've been stopped on your path. You've been delayed on your path. Things have slowed down. You might not like that feeling. You might feel like Five of Pentacles. Like you might feel, I don't want to say desperate, restless for sure. Maybe even a little worried. Maybe even maybe even a little worried, a little scared. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to stop. It's not a bad thing for things to slow down. That's when we need to reconnect with ourselves, right? Connect to spirit, connect to our heart, connect to our emotions, connect to our intuition, connect to our little inner high priest, high priestess, so that we actually can tap into faith. We can be more connected to our faith and also be more in tune with the why things are happening the way they're happening, right? This doesn't mean that you're going through a loss. It just is, right? It just is. It just is. Fully surrendering to things that are happening that are out of your control is part of finding that peace, part of finding that zen, part of finding that acceptance. I feel like I really feel strongly in taking these moments of quiet, of sitting down, of slowing down. You're going to get more clear on why things are happening the way they're happening and how to move about your path here or whatever. And some of you, this is about something you're planning or involved in. Could literally be about work or money or projects or things of that nature. But you're going to see the importance of the timing of it. That's the biggest message that's coming through here. Any other messages or insights from my Saggies? might be some shadow coming up here. There's one card that wants to come out, but oh, interesting. Okay, but I was gonna say shadow, right? I don't know if I said it, but shadow, magician in the mirror. It's weird how they're showing it to me. It's like they're kind of showing it to me like a little monster. Not really a little monster, kind of a big monster, like a creature. Why are they showing that to me? There might be some shadow work, Sag. It's just a really interesting thing, the way that they show me, the way that they give me messages, but that's just what I'm seeing. I'm like literally seeing this like furry, fuzzy creature thing. I feel like it's part of your shadow. This could also be somebody who's around you that maybe you withdrew your energy from because maybe you sense that they're going through some dark stuff, or they're going through some stuff where they're dealing with their shadow. And it could have been affecting your path and your choices here. That could definitely be the case for some of you. But I feel like it's your own shadow. And the fact that we do have magician in the mirror, if you are dealing with somebody or you withdrew from somebody, it could be that there was some mirroring going on there. We do have the fire, the water, the masculine, the feminine going on there with the magician, the alchemist in the middle, which is co-creator, which is also creator, right? Which is you. Magician in the mirror, transmuting. This feels like a big change coming in here with magician in the mirror. And I feel like only after you take some quiet space to understand how to shift your energy, shift your perspective, which comes with the clarity you get by taking quiet space. But yeah, I keep getting this strong pull for some of you if you are dealing with somebody and you withdrew your energy because there was some shadiness going on or some ego stuff or shadow, whatever. There was some mirroring going on. And so maybe you need to reflect too on your own self there. But let's keep going. I do like this energy for you because it tells me you're going to shift. Yeah, beautiful. Thinking woman, clarity. This is basically like the Queen of Swords meets Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're getting the clarity you need on how to shift your energy, how to shift the situation, but it's only by taking space first and connecting first. Very, very important here. You are the magician. You are the alchemist. You are a co-creator, as we all are. I'm also getting the eagle. Some of you guys might have eagle as a spirit guide, animal, what have you. Or even like the hawk. I'm also getting a little hawk energy there too. But eagle is a beautiful energy. It is divine discernment. I want to say more so. It also speaks of wisdom, but it is discernment. It's being able to see above, see all. Even has like the psychic awareness tuned into that. It's very much divine feminine to me, the eagle anyway. But that's just my own. That's my own That's my own observation and connection with it. Everybody has their own interpretation of things. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit of eagle energy there. Again, I think that comes to with taking quiet space. On the bottom, interesting. Man holding a heart in reverse. Ooh, with angel of love in reverse. And then we get the patience card. Wow, with the throat chakra card with Archangel Gabriel, and then the temple path in reverse. This is indicating some sort of detour, obstacle on the path, or maybe even regressing, not taking the highest timeline, essentially. Wow. So like I said, some of you might be needing to distance yourself from somebody, and it could have been this individual. Man holding a heart in reverse, angel of love in reverse. This is somebody who's not connected to themselves, not connected to their own emotions. Emotionally unavailable or even manipulative. And then patience with the throat chakra card. This is, oh, thought I was lagging for a second. Excuse me. Hopefully I wasn't. But with the patience card, this is kind of like temperance. And then you have the throat chakra card, which is communication, also truth and honesty and acceptance and all these things. I just started taking a look in the mirror. Interesting. Like I said, I feel like it's more about your own shadow, but it could have been also reflected within a certain connection here. Okay. What did this connection show you? What did this connection reflect back to you? What did this trigger within you? Reflect on that, reflect on that, reflect on that. It'll give you some really nice healing and also come into some sense of truth. Some of you might also have a conversation coming up with this person. Again, for those where you were dealing with somebody, if it's just about you and yourself, Take a look in the mirror at this energy that's within yourself, at this little part of you that's your own little inner shadow. Okay, while you're taking this quiet space, and be very honest with yourself on what you see and what you feel. Like I said, patience is like temperance. There's a little bit of divine timing that goes on in that card too, to transmute this, to move past this. But if you were dealing with somebody and it reflected it, and they were reflecting back to you, reflecting you back to you, there might be a conversation coming up, or you might have recently had a conversation that helped you heal and transmute this part of yourself and shift your perspective and get out of that gnarliness. Okay, you got me? Okay, cool. All right, where are we at? Oh, 15 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards here. Which one am I gonna do? Which one am I gonna do? Which one am I gonna do? Let's do Rider-Waite. Any messages or insights for my Sagittarius pertaining to this spread? Thinking woman can also be communicative as well, because there's that air energy. But like I said, I feel like the air is more so about your own perception and sight and ability to see things from a larger perspective. So you can shift here. Any messages or insights for my Saggies? So on the board right now, I've got these two and these two, and the overall I was keeping in the pile, but I'm being called to put it on the board. So I'm gonna put all three of them, or four of them. I'm gonna put these three. I'm gonna put these three on the board and then just keep the fifth chakra as the overall energy here. I know you guys can't see, sorry. I was thinking for a while to do a whole like rig situation, but you know what? It got complicated and it took the joy away. So I just stopped. Anyway, let's keep going. Any messages or insights for my Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Come from the heart, come from the heart. That's what I'm hearing. Come from the heart, come from the heart, come from the heart. Sorry, they're saying a lot to me. It's really obvious when someone is speaking from the mind versus speaking from the heart. I think you're capable of seeing that in people. It's a matter of also seeing when you're doing that too. Speaking from the mind versus speaking from your heart. We're all human. We ebb and flow out of that all the time. Any messages or insights? Queen of Cups in reverse, and that landed over here. I do feel worry, like I said. I just feel worry and concern more than anything. Some of you guys, I feel a little bit of some emotional attachment to expectations. Thank you. To expectations and having something go a certain way. I do really feel that very strongly. Some of you guys are dealing with somebody who's kind of codependent, possessive. Some of you are dealing with somebody who's possessive. Oh, bigger download coming in here. Again, take the messages as they resonate. They're not all going to be for everybody. I'm channeling for a lot of people. I'm getting strong mother wounding here. Ooh, I don't like it. It feels definitely is in that codependence boat. It's definitely in that codependence boat. Emotional attachment, possession, to like almost like be responsible for someone else's emotions. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't really like that. I don't like that. Some of you guys were dealing with somebody like that. Some of you, it's also your own energy, so your own shadow. So something to keep in mind as you're going through this process, if you haven't gone through this process already. It's part of what was adding to this. It's part of what's adding to this feeling of you're trying to make things work. It's not really working. You're having towers. You feel like you're losing out on stuff. And I feel like for some of you, it really has actually affected your physical world, like your material world. But what's causing it is partly this kind of energy that's around you that you're dealing with, or again, your own shadow, really deeply rooted in expectations, putting expectations on other people. And like I said, others of you, it's just this disappointment. It's this disappointment. It's this worry. It's this concern of like, why are things not going the way that I need them to or expect them to? Any other messages or insights, my Saggies? Again, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down, Sag. Let's see here. Four of Cups in reverse. Four, not in reverse. I don't know why I said in reverse. Four of Cups. That's interesting. I said that in reverse. Maybe it wants to be in reverse. Does it? No. Okay. There's a lot. Okay, I feel like that's relating to this lack of clarity. That's part of being in this state, right? That you need to take some solitude for. Four of Cups can speak of taking solitude. The Four of Swords, I think, is a better one to get for something like that. Because the Four of Swords is like, I am intentionally removing myself so I can reflect. So I can get in touch with the truth of my discomfort, of my dissatisfaction, of what's not working, right? The Four of Cups is a little different. The Four of Cups is like, it's an emotional distancing. And the Four of Cups can speak of reflecting almost too much sometimes on emotional losses or things that are disappointing to the point where you miss out on what's right in front of you. That's what the Four of Cups can reflect, can speak of. The Four of Cups can also reflect on like emotionally what do you actually want, and if what you want hasn't been what you have in your reality, then how do you make that happen? It can also speak of that. And it landed right in between financial constraints and Magician in the Mirror. So not a terrible card to get for this. Like I said, I do feel some shadow. I feel some shadow that wants to be acknowledged here and integrated. So take that time and be honest with yourself about it. Be really honest with yourself about it. Okay. Yeah, I can tell you've been really disappointed at how things have been going here, Sag. And it could be with one aspect of your life, like I said, work or money, but it can also be just like the overall encompassing of your life and like what your experience is and how do you actually get to what it is you want. You got to slow down to do that. Yep, Four of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. How do I change this? How do I change this? How do I turn the wheel back over? Oh, beautiful. And then what landed right on top of that, we do have the Three of Wands. Some of you, it's also speaking of a perceptual shift of disappointment to hopeful. Like not focusing so much on what you don't have or what is not part of the goals. You know what I mean? Like you have this idea of what you want. You have this vision of, I want to get to B. This is what B looks like. And then you look at what isn't in your life and then you look at how that isn't happening presently. And it makes you disappointed. And then you're focusing so much on how to get what you don't have. That's scarcity. Three of Wands is, I'm going to sit and let it come to me. I'm going to sit and trust in divine timing. This is saying that you're not trusting in divine timing as well. And trust that in the right time, it will happen. It will manifest. There's a big need to trust spirit here. There's also a big need to trust yourself. Because again, Rome wasn't built in a day. We can't race to B. We can't race to C. We can't race to D and just like make things happen overnight sometimes. It takes time. It takes time. It takes preparation. And sometimes we do need to hit certain milestones before we can get to where it is we're trying to get to. And for some of you, I do feel like some shadow work is part of this. Shadow work, some of you also dealing with certain other individuals that could be affecting your path and affecting your own mindset, your own perception here, your energy. So again, a lot of things to pay attention to. Any other messages or insights for my Saggies pertaining to this spread? We're going to go into part 2 soon. Six of Swords in reverse. You know where I wanted to put it? Here. It really wanted to go over here. It really wanted to be on top of the man holding a heart in reverse. So again, to recap, I feel like this is representing a part of your shadow that wants to be acknowledged. Okay. Some of you, this has also manifested externally as a mirror within your relationships or one relationship in particular. The Six of Swords in reverse tells me that there's a whole lot of not peace going on here when it comes to this part of you or this part of a connection or your relationships. There's a need for forgiveness. Oh, let's go there. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. But what exactly is it that you need to forgive and let go of? What exactly is it? Oh, that you need to be honest. That you need to be honest with yourself about. And again, this could be vice versa. This could be someone else that you're dealing with going through this, and maybe you were the mirror for them, right? Yeah. What do you need to be honest with yourself about when it comes to letting go of something? Because again, Queen of Cups in reverse speaks of attachment, where you're dealing with somebody who has attachment issues and it's reflected back to you, right? You guys understand. You guys are with me. But what do you need to be honest about? Remember, what do you need to be honest about? What do you need to forgive? What do you need to let go? Interesting. We have Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here? This feels like a weird position for you. This feels strange. Just being totally honest. This feels like a strange energy to come in with this. There's a playfulness. Excitement, creativity. There's a little bit of inner child energy there. Curiosity. Childlike. This feels like very much like your natural energy, Sag. Maybe you've lost touch with that. Have you lost touch with your natural, fun inner child, Saggy self, who's curious and loves adventure and likes to play and likes to create, likes to have fun? I'm getting a little bit of mischievous energy there. There's something about that that wants to be acknowledged. Okay? This could have been missing, again, you could be just be, oh God, words, Mercury retrograde. Excuse me. You could have lost this connection with yourself. And again, if you were dealing with someone else, they could have also been disconnected from this energy. I feel like if you were dealing with somebody else, I think this was a source of a trigger. Like maybe you did bring the Page of Wands and they got super triggered. Or maybe when you were dealing with this person, you feel like you couldn't be in your Page of Wands energy. You couldn't be your free Saggy self. Oh, that feels really resonant. I just felt that in my solar. It's because they were triggered by it, or they couldn't be free. Ooh, they couldn't be free. Yeah, Saggy, I feel like this is all coming down to dealing with this like shadow within yourself or within a connection. And like I said, some of you were just a mirror, and it's not necessarily you who has to reflect this other person, but it's about that freedom. That's what this is coming down to. The freedom of the curious Page of Wands, the curious inner child who wants adventure, who wants fun, who wants play, who wants passion, who wants to see where things go, who wants to be free-flowing, right? And remember, Queen of Cups in reverse, that is somebody who is not free-flowing. Queen of Cups in reverse is somebody who's very attached to expectations, who has struggles with like emotional stability within the self, right? It's also disappointment, like I said. But I feel like it's coming down to this. I feel like this is almost the root of it. Anything else before we move on to part 2? Ugh. Knight of Swords in reverse. Gross. Yeah, that is like trigger. Whoever was carrying the Page of Wands energy, whoever brought it forward, caused a trigger, okay? Caused a trigger within a situation here. And for some of you, it was to reflect back something of you, okay? So some of you need to connect with your Page of Wands energy. Some of you need to deal with an inner Queen of Cups in reverse energy, okay? Some of you are just purely the mirror, but usually if you're a mirror, there's some truth in there for you that you need to reflect on. So again, don't get too caught up in the everything that I'm saying. Just remember, as things are feeling like they're not working out, you have some sense of expectation of achieving a certain goal or getting to point B or point C or whatever it is. And the longer it's not working, the more frustrated you're getting, and the more Spirit wants you to sit down and meditate. Sit down and take some space. Sit down and reflect. Sit down and get connected to inner Saggy, okay? Because some of you have a codependency shadow that needs some reflecting. Some of you are just dealing with somebody like this, and you need to get away from them so that you can actually take space to reflect on your own stuff and not be affected by them. Some of you need to reconnect to your own Page of Wands energy, and someone brought it forward to you and you got super triggered, right? And reflect back on connecting to inner Saggy. This is all about connecting back to the self, no matter how it comes up for you. If someone reflected something back to you, or you just sit with yourself and you realize, oh, there I am. There's my inner Page of Wands. Oh, I see that inner Queen of Cups in reverse energy. I see that codependent. I see that emotional attachment. I see that. Let me do something about it and be honest with myself in the process. And any conversations that need to take place. But for those dealing with other people, this is trigger. Like, this is definitely being triggering somebody. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's move on to part 2, where I get a little bit deeper into, I'm going to get deeper into the Queen of Cups energy. I'm also going to look deeper into this shift of perception from disappointing and focusing on what isn't there to hopeful and manifesting it, bringing it in. And then also what drama took place over here for those of you dealing with another person. Because those of you dealing with another person, this is a fight. And I feel like it might have already happened. Could be upcoming, but this is definitely a trigger conflict of some sort. But anyway, I will see you guys over on Patreon or Vimeo. And for those where this is where we depart, I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you have a good day and a good night. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.